people that are in those situations, you know, and I was in that game. You know, I remember I used to have those, you know, business cards that were like $100 bills, right? Or what was the other things, like one of the big guys in the industry behind his desk has a crumbled up $1 million bill. Okay, I promise you, he's not sitting across the table from a motivated seller and signing a contract with that thing behind him. Somebody that just lost their husband in war, or somebody that their grandma died, and there's this guy with a crumpled up $1 million bill. How insincere is that? You know, do you really care what these people are going through, or are you just in it to make a buck? You know, so, and people can smell that on you. You know, people can smell that when you're in the industry and you're just in it just to make a buck, and you're not in it to help people, right? This business is not about making money. It's about helping people. And then through helping those people, you make money. You make good money. But you got to understand, when you're talking to that motivated seller, they don't care that you have to make money. They care that you care about them. Okay? So you just have to kind of be honest. You don't want to give them false hope and then go to the appointment and then thinking they're going to get full price for their house. No. The business is not about, them saving money, rather them coming to you as a motivated seller rather than going to somebody else. No, they're not going to save money by coming to me than going to the open market. The open market is always going to pay them more. Why would it not? Right? What do we offer? A lot of people don't even know. What are you giving to the motivated seller that nobody else gives to them? Why do they need to sell it to you? It's 2 reasons. Okay. A, time. Can you see my watch? Time. Okay. A, it's time. We're fast. They can close quickly. B, we can buy as is. C, I guess there's 3 things. I'm saying C with 3. That's funny. C, I should do this. C, I don't know if that's the right sign language. C is convenience. Okay, so the process. I've had people sell to me just because they don't want to deal with a real estate agent. Now that's 100% cool with me, and that's what I sell. When I go to a motivated seller and I'm talking to them, when I finally do get to the house, right, I introduce myself. Hi, my name's Edward. And you walk in, and usually what they want to do is they want to sit you down, right, to take control of the situation. You're in their house. It's kind of like, what do we do? They give you that look like, and the first thing you want to do is like, hey, can you show me the house? They're like, well, go ahead. No. I don't want to walk around the house by myself. I want you to show it to me with me, right? Please, would you show me your house? Sure. So they follow you through the house, and they kind of see your reaction to the house. Now this is real specific, and if you notice, like the verbiage, how I talk to the sellers, and how I interact with them is very intentional. I usually generally have a contractor's clipboard and a yellow notepad, and I walk through the house and I take notes. And they see you writing stuff, right? And when you see something serious that you need to ask, like, hey, what happened here? Don't say, hey, why didn't you fix that? No. What happened, right? You don't want to beat them up. You want to give them as much self-respect as they want, right? And through the process. But you want to find out what's wrong with the house, right? You want to look under the sink. You want to look around, and you want to take notes on everything. And then you want to tally up at the end when you're sitting at the table how much you think in repairs are. Now, can this program teach you how to bid repairs? Every repair is going to be different in every city because the cost of materials is different and the cost of labor is different in every city. But I can teach you how to maximize on some of those things. And they do have that. I think it's in the 2nd program. So after I walk the sellers through the house and I take notes and I say, oh yeah, this, and oh yeah, that. And I have a list of everything and I jotted it down and I got a repair cost and I'm sitting at the table with the motivated seller and I have a value of the property, okay? You have to come there with the value. If you don't have a value, you're not going to close that deal. This is another thing that's different, okay? In the old days, In the old days, I call it old days. I'm not that old, right? But in the old days, you used to be able to go to the house, walk through it, meet the seller, and say, okay, we'll come back in a week, and then we'll make you an offer, right? If you do that today, you're going to lose the deal to somebody else because she's going to call 10 other people at the same time, right? So what do you want to do? You want to make that deal today. You want to close that deal today, okay? So you want to go in there able to sign a contract on point. Now you don't want to force them into the contract, but you want to make an offer, okay? And you want to make a good offer. You don't want to undercut their legs on the offer, but you want to make a solid offer, okay? And that's another thing that a lot of people are doing is they're trying to either go too high or too low. But if you can have consistency in your business, wouldn't that go further than just having one home run once every 2 months? Wouldn't you rather have 6 deals a month consistently, right? Help 6 different people. Then you become the name, and the people look for you when they're looking for deals, right? So you sit down at the table when you're talking to the motivated seller, and you tell her, "Hi, so and so, Miss so and so. Okay, we walked through the house. You know, your house is very good." And you say, "So what happened? What's going on?" And you want to find out. You want them to come somewhat bleed on you and tell you what's going on. You want to hit back that emotional reason why they called you, okay? Because they're ready to fight you. When you sit down at that table, they're ready to beat you up. They got their boxing gloves on. They're ready for the ding, ding, ding. They're thinking they're at a used car lot. And you're going to try and oversell them, and they're going to try and undersell you. And mind you, I have not said one word about price. Haven't said one word about cost. Haven't said one word about what I can offer. Haven't said anything, okay? First, I want to connect with the motivated seller. I want to connect. I want to find out what they need and what they're looking to do and how they got to the situation, right? So what happened? They could be like, well, you know, he was a jerk. He cheated on me, and tell you all about all the escapades that her husband had, you know, and or his wife had, and why she's this and why she's that. And you need to listen, okay? And you need to pay attention. You need to do that on the phone as well when you ask the reason why they're selling. Both those times are connecting so you can build rapport, okay? And also so you can learn about the motivated seller. You need to be able to learn about these people. Nobody listens anymore. You need to learn about active listening. You know, leaning in, giving the ear, you know, making comments back when they say something so you internalize what they're talking about. Like she's like, oh yeah, he went out to the club and he got with 2 girls and my best friend was there and she told me about it and da 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 da. And you're like, oh my gosh, really? And so you gotta respond. Don't just stand there like a weirdo. I've seen people do it where they're just like they give them the face like, I don't really care. Can we just hurry on with this deal? If you give them the I don't care, let's hurry up, you're not gonna get that deal. I'm gonna get that deal, and that's fine. You know, you can't expect the motivated seller to want to sell to you over your competitor who might even offer more if you don't care. People want to know that somebody cares about them. Why not? Why wouldn't we? That's how we connect, right? But you go to these people's houses and they're going through something, probably the worst situation in their life, and you're acting like you don't even care, right? And then they're going to give you their house at pennies on the dollar? No, sir. That's why I'm closing more deals than anybody else. So you need to understand when you go there, you need to care, you need to be compassionate, and you need to listen. You need to talk like 10% of the time, and they need to talk 90% of the time. What do they say? God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth. Use them proportionally, right? So listen to people, okay? So after she bleeds all over you, then what I do is this simple plan, okay? It's simple. So the first thing we do is we go through the numbers, and I make it very transparent, and I make it very simple. You guys can duplicate this the same way that I can.